All right, we're live. So who would like to recap last session?
Some shit went down.
So last session, Skolber started telling us about the ancient Dakani kingdom, or the Goblin Kingdom, whose ruins are underneath Great Wall, and that there were stone recordings of a great that described a great flesh war between the Flesh Warpers and the Dakani, and that was the origin of the Silithar. The Dakani made them to help control the Dakani and the Flesh Warpers. Then they weren't able to kill it. It was their own undoing, and so they trapped it underground, and that was the thing that we almost died against. Martha was trying to see if he could not be if he could be better, so he rubbed his face on Skolber's cloak and became slightly greasy, but nothing happened. Tess just casted group dark vision so we could continue, and then Martha, we casted gaseous cloud on everybody, and we floated up through the crack.
We proceeded to not need dark vision anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately. We floated up through the crack that I believe Ivar scouted out the game before, or the session before, into the city. And we went into what appeared to be a human district, the district we've been looking for. So when we got to the surface, everybody we saw was wearing uniforms with a symbol on it of House Tharask. We saw mostly humans and half orcs, but there was an occasional elf. There was an area that was like far away, and we concluded that was the area that we probably came from. There were fires and explosion and lightning bolts and a lot of war magic going on. And it looked like people were kind of shuffling that way, or like working to protect this area of the city. We took advantage of the gaseous cloud to kind of scout out around and see what was what. And we ended up, after it wore off, we went into a government building, which was the building of House Tharask, and it was empty due to everybody being called away for the fires and explosion. We convinced the guard, mostly with suggestion, to see the cleric inside. So Ivar was healed, and with a solid kick in the chest.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
that. Tacitus was smooth talking the guard while Ivar was getting healed, and we got the cleric to show us the way to Lord Kundark of Tharask, and our gracious DM gave a very powerful performance of this guy. He threatened us, so we just started fighting him.
So
I made an executive decision. I felt that assaulting the man just slightly was the way to go.
So as a result, Marthok got knocked out in one hit due to like a double crit. And he got knocked out in one hit. And then I lost all the vitality points in the second hit. So the session ended with Zorchiklet showing up, which was a mind flayer, and there was some animosity between him and Lord Kundark for something talking about violating agreements, and Zorchiklet was trying to get us to fight for him. But we said no, so he put us under a Gesh. And that's where we ended. So
yeah.
we looks like we're gonna fight for him or help him, whether we like it or not.
Wait. Martha's dead?
No.
We got him back. I think.
So, yeah, he is knocked senseless and bleeding profusely, but he's alive. Because Lord Kundarark didn't feel it to be appropriate to slay somebody so weak. So yeah, what happened was Tacitus decided to throw firebolts at Lord Kundarark, which stemmed this whole thing. And then also Martha made Lord Kundarark tiny by reducing him, and he still did all of that. And then immediately returned to normal size when Martha got knocked the fuck out. It kind of reminded me of if like a T-Rex is standing there and you kind of try to hit him with a bottle rocket.
Lord Chicklet showed up and we have to work for him?
So here's what happened with that. So Zor Chiklik showed up, and he and Lord Kundarark had an exchange because apparently there's supposed to be an agreement where House Thrash has absolute autonomy in this section of Greywall, and specifically in this building. And so the fact that Zor Chiklik, he seemed to just materialize in there. And so based on the timing, because it's you guys, he was looking for you guys, and now he's found you, Lord Kundarark correctly ascertained that there's some kind of viewing device or scrying device that Zor Chiklik is using in basically what amounts to Lord Kundarark's war room. And then he came in, Zor Chiklik mentioned that you guys had slain the Baron of Bloodstone, and stated that he needed your services. You guys obviously didn't want to do it, and in an instant he did a mental jujitsu using his psychic powers to kind of you definitely have a choice in the matter, but it's going to be very painful if you try to resist. So
wait a minute. Maybe I missed this. What happened to the ant guy?
Oh, Skullber, he bolted at some point.
Yeah.
What happened to us fighting in an arena? Is that just down the shitter now?
We got out of that, man.
Oh yeah. You guys.
Okay.
You tossed those all written up plans right out the window.
Well, I assume we're just going to start this session with throwing a firebolt at Zor Chiklit.
All right. So to set the scene, you guys are in the basically the war room of Lord Kundarark. There's just you guys, Lord Kundarark, Zor Chiklik, and an unnamed underling of Lord Kundarark. In the center of this room, there is a large stone table, or rather kind of like an altar. And on that altar is a miniature scale model of Greywall. Most of it is not detailed very well, but the area of Calabas, which is the kind of the human quarter, is very detailed. And then on that model, there are positioning of troops kind of outlined that indicate that many of Lord Kundarark's forces are kind of mobilized on the edges of the border between Calabas and the other quarters of Greywall. specifically most fortified in the direction of where this thing is going on, which is the Bloodstone Quarter, which is where many of the larger and more dangerous creatures of Greywall exist. Additionally, for Anno's benefit, one of the things that you guys had seen as clouds or gas forms kind of scouting around was a huge commotion that seemed like a number of large explosions. At some times you heard large, loud cries, animal howling from the distance, that some of them seemed to be battle cries, others seemed to be death knells. And also massive lightning bolts forming from nowhere and striking a single targeted area, and massive explosions from the same area, which is all an area that you guys had come from based on Tacitus's kind of assessment of direction using his keen mind ability. So you guys were able to ascertain that there's some kind of large-scale battle going on there, because Tacitus was able to recognize that this is not just magic being flown around. This is specifically war magic that is being flung around, and very powerful, high-level type magic. And so now Zorchiklik. So also in this room there are a couple of stone pillars. Each of the stone pillars kind of radiate a greenish glow, giving a nice ambiance to the room. And with stone walls that are ornate, kind of marble and polished. And so Zorchiklik stands before you after having done whatever psychic thing he's done to alter your minds. He's also speaking directly into your heads. So you're not actually hearing with your ears, but you're hearing with your thoughts, his voice coming into you, and also images of what's going on. And so he's sending you kind of details of the damage that is being done. And while you expect that based on the size of the response, you would expect that there's some kind of army attacking Greywall. It's in fact just a single creature. And this creature is this guy right here.
It's a monster.
It's alive. Come on. All right. Well, whatever.
Hey, this is like really, really quick, really random. I don't think I ever took my ability. Like I didn't take my ability score increases or my feat, like one or the other for level 8. Can I just?
Are you straight paladin?
Yeah.
No multiclassing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I just slide that in there real quick?
Yeah, you can slide that in there.
I'm taking grappler.
Okay.
Cool.
So this is the creature that Zorchiklik puts into your mind, and you're seeing it. It's a huge creature in comparison to the size of the buildings. It's knocking over buildings, and that central thing that makes up its body is kind of like suctioning in debris and creatures, and it's using those long hook-like appendages to bring more into it. And it's also not just eating creatures and debris, but also the very magic that is being thrown against it. In many of the circumstances, it's actually just eating the magic. And so that's what is going on. And so Zorchiklik also gives you guys, in addition to saying that he needs you in order to fight this thing and in your minds, he's kind of directing that in return he'll pardon you for the crimes that you've committed against with the death of the Baron, but also he says that kind of you guys are in a sorry state right now. You'll be no good to me. And so through his use of psionic ability, he Marthau and Ivar, you guys are suddenly in excruciating pain as your limbs are forced back into their normal states. And then also each of you feels like this real sense of confidence, and almost like just this thing that, hey, this is awesome. Everything's gonna be okay. We got this. And also each of you kind of feels like this heightened ability. So each of you guys get 2 points to add to any stat or any 2 stats.
The sad thing is Ivar was healed last time, so he's getting zapped this time for no reason.
Oh, that's right.
It's just like, why?
Your limbs grow bigger. They're just longer now, stretched out. Hey, you can use a longbow now.
Should we add this as like a feature on our character sheets or something?
Yeah.
Okay. 2 stats, you said?
No, you get a +2 or +1 to 2 stats. So just like a normal ASI.
Yeah. Okay.
So, do I still have 0 hit points?
So each of you is you whatever Zorchiklik did. I mean, he's kind of just throwing around this power like it's nothing. And so whatever he did, he's unlocked some kind of inner power or well of untapped potential within each of you.
His confidence will be his undoing.
So everybody's healed to full everything. It's like you guys have experienced a long rest and getting an ASI.
So I have my spell slot back.
I'm calling it Dark Gift. Reluctant Gift. Reluctantly received dark power.
Dark fucking bullshit power.
Has anybody ever seen Gallivant, the show?
I've seen a few episodes.
Oh. There's the big bad evil guy is a master of the Dedu, the dark evil way. So that reminded me of that.
So do I get my 1 spell slot back?
Yeah, everybody's healed as if you guys just experienced a long rest in the few moments that it took for Zorchiklik to pour this energy out into you.
I just tell him, yeah, that's great and all, but I'm not like prepped for battle.
So, in your mind, well, first of all, you notice one of his tentacles twitch, and he almost kind of gives you a side eye, and you're thankful for it because you feel like if he put his full gaze upon you, it might just be too overwhelming. But you get an instant thought in your mind that is just kind of like this sense of why, what do you need, and too bad, get ready.
I just like Tastus does not like his mind being fucked with. There's like a moment where it's like he thinks of like the whatever obscene gesture it, like a middle finger is. It's like, can you fucking see this, you asshole? So and then it's just like the things I have, the spells I have prepared aren't battle spells.
So as you are thinking about that, as you're focusing on the spells you prepared, you notice that this unlocked potential that he's unleashed has also given you the ability to spontaneously cast any spell that you have the capacity and knowledge to cast. So essentially all of your spells are prepared spells.
Whoa.
That's interesting.
Even me?
Yeah. Anybody who casts spells, all of your spells are considered prepared.
Sweet.
Confidence will be his undoing.
It's like, guys, I think I got this.
I'm gonna cast Firebolt. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. So his tentacles twitch once more, and each of you receives this thought in your minds. That's just a question. Ready?
I raise my hand and I twitch it. And then I nod in case he can't understand what that means.
I thought.
Okay.
just pure load.
So with that, all of a sudden, you guys, before you even like within the blink of an eye, you're suddenly no longer standing in the center of this room. You're out in the streets. You're suddenly bombarded. All of your senses are bombarded by yelling, howling, screaming, things breaking, explosions going on. The light of the sunshine in the afternoon, the feel of the wind on you suddenly, and the dust and rubble pelting against your skin and off of your armor, which takes each of you a moment to adjust to. And suddenly Zorchiklik is no longer there, but you are within probably a block away of the creature that is just laying waste to Minotaur and Knoll, and you see it rip a harpy right out of the sky and throw it into this void in the center of its chest. And then you see a Medusa from the top of a building launch a fireball, a glowing bead that you recognize as being ready to explode. But before it can explode, the creature turns its chest to it and just absorbs it into its body without a sound or any kind of fanfare.
So how big is the creature?
Wait, do we still feel Zorchiklet's presence at all?
Give me a insight check.
Good thing I rolled high, because I have a -1. 18.
Yeah, there's still something there. Not only is it the seed of his commands and threats to deal with this creature that's laying waste to Greywall, but also you get a sense that he may be keeping track of what's going on through your guys' senses.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Ivar.
So how big is the creature?
It's about 25 feet tall. Tacitus, it's much bigger than you remember.
Okay. It's like, well,
So our normal plan of increasing the size of Elmorn and sending him in to grapple it may not be the best right now.
no, but we might be able to decrease its
I can
size.
enlarge myself.
Right, but you can also be sucked into the gaping void in its chest.
I'm really strong. I'll just walk away.
You grapple it from the inside.
Yeah, like Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'd rather not. I don't feel comfortable with using any magic against this thing. I think I'm gonna have to find another way to help out here rather than direct attack.
Has the thing noticed us at all? Do we have a little bit of time to prepare?
Yeah, you have a little bit of time to
We have
prepare.
like 10 minutes to prepare.
Exactly 10 minutes.
Exactly.
What is it that you're looking to do?
I want to summon Blaze. I haven't seen Blaze in a long time.
Oh, you don't need 10 minutes.
I don't need 10 minutes?
No.
All right.
So yeah, you can have Blaze summoned and joining you.
Blaze descends from the heavens and lands on my back. What the fuck, Blaze?
It burps in your ear.
Blaze is my warhorse, just so you guys know. He's my steed. For my fine steed as a paladin.
Cool.
So
Do you see that when you say that you're gonna like? All I hear is something about you blazing, and so you see Ivar takes out a little thing of like eye drops, and then sees that you're actually just summoning a horse and
This is Blaze.
puts it away slowly.
He's got the hooves, the fire. There you go. That's Blaze.
So well, I'm up for suggestions. Being a exclusively magic using individual, I don't know what the hell this guy was expecting from us.
Well, maybe if we attack it from behind.
I think that really loud, hoping that he is here listening.
So Dustin, I sent you an email.
How far away from us is this thing?
It's about a block and a half away.
So do we see like anything, any of the attacks against it landing, or is it just absorbing everything?
It's not absorbing everything, but it is the stuff that's it's missing to eat. It seems like it has the durability to kind of push through with a lot of those things. It is taking. I mean, there are a couple of like ground troops around it or flyers around it that are kind of getting their lick in, but it seems to be superficial at best right now.
Question. Martha, after our Halloween debacle on the flying vessel, Martha has Tingle of Terror, which I made up the name, but his in the presence of undead, like there's a mark on Martha's neck that tingles and burns. So is my neck burning right now?
No.
In the presence of this creature.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
We can attack it from behind. Maybe it can't absorb as well from behind.
You said there are other things around casting spells.
Yeah.
Can I counterspell one of them?
You want to counterspell one of the spells being flung at the creature?
Yeah. Like a spell that looks like somebody's like trying to cast the same spell over and over again. I'm like, well, that's not going to work. It didn't work first time. Why are you casting it again? I want to counterspell it. Oh, I can try and drive up some charges on my power surge.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can counterspell one of them. It's let's see, what is it that's casting the spell? It's a little kobold that is wielding a big staff, and it launches the staff forward, and almost like the momentum of it almost pulls it forward, the kobold forward with it. Since this is a large and heavy staff, you assume that for kobold, this is basically like a war staff of some sort, or almost like a not quite a siege staff, but and then there's a blip of magic, and then it fizzles, and it kind of looks quizzically like, and it starts like squeaking, and as it's squeaking and confused, the creature turns to it, and you see this vortex kind of pulling everything in the area.
I yell to him, like, throw me the staff.
He kind of looks at you, and as he does, everything in the path of this monster's mouth is getting sucked in. It's like a giant vacuum.
Son of a bitch.
So kobold and staff alike.
I'm gonna look for another one of those staves. I want one of those. I don't know what it is, but I want it.
Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm getting messages from work. Okay. That sucks, but nothing I can do about that. All right. So yeah, that's what you see. You counterspell the spell though.
I'll take it. All right, I got two of three available to me. So all right, I feel a little more confident. But only moderately.
Dustin, you get my message?
I did, yeah.
Okay. Does that help it? Settle it?
Yes.
Yeah. There's you are confident. There's no doubt or mistaking it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it also brings back memories of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of makes sense because let me. All right. That's a little bit of extra assurance.
Okay. We should try to find a way to incapacitate him. This is an old friend.
Ivor actually just starts laughing after a pause.
Yeah, I'm really curious to hear what you guys have to respond to that.
Yeah.
Perhaps if we ask him nicely to stop attacking everything, we can have a nice little chat with him.
I'm not saying that we shouldn't kill him if we can't, but
even if this is an old friend, is he really our old friend? I know he's Martha's old friend, apparently.
We should try our best to not.
I've never seen this gentleman a day in my life.
I'm not dying for your old friend.
But still, let's hear him out. Okay, what is the spot on him we need to hit to completely incapacitate him in one shot?
Well, clearly not the middle of the chest. I would imagine, though, it'd probably be somewhere on his head. If looking at this creature's head, do I see anything like any exposed areas, or kind of? I know what I see on his face, but do I see anything that looks like it would be considered exposed, or make like a chink in armor or something?
I would also be looking for something like that.
Give me investigation checks. With disadvantage because of your distance.
Let's see.
Distance isn't my only enemy.
I got a 20 with disadvantage.
I got a net 20.
Wow. Okay.
With disadvantage, you rolled 2 20s?
Hold on a sec. I got a 19 and a 20. So, investigation. So that's a 21.
All right. So there are multiple eyes.
23 for me.
There are multiple eyes, and it seems like each of you doesn't matter what disadvantage you have.
Oh yeah, shit. 20. Sorry.
You guys, if you were going to guess to any weak spots, the eyes would be the best bet. Maybe also as it is going around, I mean, you could, just based on your awareness of your own kind of biology and weakness, there might be under the arms, but that would be conjecture.
Yeah, I'd hate to blind an enormous creature that is capable of knocking over buildings, because a blind, thrashing giant creature is probably not great.
It's better than a one that can see where he's going.
At least you can then at least mostly predict what he's doing.
So Martha's going to, he's gonna speak a solemn poem to, and particularly, I'd like to use maybe an action point to cast like a group bardic inspiration, or maybe use a couple of these.
You can use an action point to turn one bardic inspiration into 2. But I mean, if you want to spend,
if I use twin spell along with an action point, can I turn it into 4?
not really a spell. But I mean, if you're willing to use that resource, then sure. So inspiration is considered, we'll consider it like a first level spell for the purpose of the cost of twinning.
Okay. So then I'm going to do that. And so Martha starts chanting. The creature of the dark, don't despair. Inside there, a friend is laid.
Bear.
Bear. You're ruining my groove. You're ruining my rhythm.
I think it complements. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who had that?
Hold on. Let's let Martha finish his poem.
ode to his good friend.
Find a way. I know it can be done to stop the beast and bring him to the sun.
And we're number one. No.
Yeah.
Are you sure you aren't lovers?
I'm quite sure.
That was beautiful, man. I thought it was going to end with, and we should probably run.
or free him from the monster he's become.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, next time you guys can roll bards.
It's easier when we're being critical of what you're doing. It's always easier to be the critic.
So, who was it that had that hilt that created that shadowy blade?
That's me, Martha.
Yeah, I'll ask. Hey, where's that blade hilt?
It's on my sash.
Do you mind if I have it for at least for this battle?
Well, I suppose you can.
I'll give it back.
Yes, go ahead, and I'll give him the blade hilt.
Is this one that requires attunement?
Actually, it does. I can't give it to you because if I do, then it's just gonna come back to me.
I was hoping to try and combine it with my own. 'Tis a shame.
I'm sorry. The creature is within the hilt is rather persnickety about these sorts of things.
Can I talk to him? We're just in the street. Monster over there.
Yeah.
Can I talk to him?
Monster a block away. The monster is actually like 10 feet away from us by this point.
It's like you guys, you're the Ghostbusters right underneath the ledge, just as Stay Puft is coming with its flaming hand.
This is the point right before the final boss fight in the game, where you get to run around and talk to all your companions first, wrap up everything, and then you go. The final fight doesn't start till you're done. You hit that screen. It's like, are you sure? Because if you go now, you can't come back.
Right. Just like Mega Man, he's got that space in between. And he can just chill in for a while. So you guys are fine. Take as much time as you want to talk, role play, plan strategy. If you guys were really wanting to pass off the sword hilt, an action point can be used for immediate attunement.
Elmorn wants to ride up on Blaze and poke it in the eyes with his halberd. Or splash under his arms.
That's gonna
I'll use an action point, by the way.
to attune.
Yeah.
All right. So then
Is that something Martha would be cool with?
It was like, I could be persuasive.
as long as you give it back when you're done with this thing, it is rather helpful.
I hope that it is, because that'd be very nice right now.
So then Martha's cool with it.
Elmorn, when you said you wanted to ride up on Blaze, was that you wanting to pull Leroy Jenkins?
I assume that's what he was doing.
No, I would tell the group. Elmorn wouldn't run off without telling the group.
Okay. So you're that's what you want to do once whatever plan launches.
We're talking about strategizing. That's my strategy. Ride up on Blaze.
Well, I'm sure it'll be very helpful, actually.
Yeah, I'm riding Will.
Distract it, attack it from all angles. I think very loudly again. Why couldn't you just fucking tell us what it's weak against?
You get kind of a pressure buildup in your head, and your ears start to bleed a little bit, but you get a sense it's not really a concrete thought. It's more of an abstract feeling of frustration. So, I mean,
I feel like
take that.
that's probably been building as we dicked around for the past 10
Are you having an aneurysm?
Really? You're frustrated?
Tony,
Come on, let's do this.
Tacitus, if you want, you can do an insight check to try and determine greater meaning from that.
Sure, why not? Where are we at? Insight. +1. All right, let's do this. 7.
Yeah, Zerchiklik is just real frustrated.
Sure. Like I said, you're frustrated. Come on, guys. I'm sitting here talking to myself.
Right. Keep going. I'm just getting a drink.
Tacitus, are you okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm just peachy. We're just going to fight this insane fucking creature. That's all. I'm sure it'll be fine. We're under fucking mind control. It's been a lovely day.
But at the very least, you feel fabulous.
That's what I was going to say.
I always do.
Great. Possible.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready.
Do we have any rope? As I don't have any rope on my person.
I have 50 feet of rope.
Yeah, I should have rope.
As do I.
Can I borrow somebody's length of rope?
It's really nice rope, though.
Here, you can have mine.
Oh, fucking rope, you say? You and your fucking rope?
So I'm going to take the rope and I'm going to fasten kind of like a knot at the end with like a loop. And I'm hoping that maybe I was like, are either of you particularly good with knots? I'm trying to tie this, but it doesn't seem to. I wasn't trained in these sorts of things. I wasn't really my role when I was traveling to put the tents down and tie them up.
I mean,
Ivar, you're pretty good at knots, right?
Sure.
Your hands look nimble.
I'd say knowledge of specific knots would be survival, but basic knots could be achieved with dexterity, straight up dexterity.
Xanathar's guide suggests intelligent sleight of hand.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm proficient in that, so maybe I could do something with that. So I'm going to give it a go, if we can use that.
With sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I got a 19 to tie a really nice knot. And give it a couple good yanks.
So what is it that you want the knot to do?
That's to be seen. I just want it to be fast.
What do you mean?
I just
Like,
want
is this like one of those knots like you tie around the carabiner and you can, or like a noose or something, or is this like one of those knots that's you just putting like a knot in a rope, like a climbing rope type thing, like.
It was like like there's like a loop at the end of the rope.
Okay.
This reminds me of anyone else of SpongeBob? Where
What?
SpongeBob has to learn how to tie all the knots or whatever, or he knows how to tie all those different knots. The poop loop. Poop. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So then Martha was gonna cast Fly on himself.
Okay.
So the party sees Martha starting to levitate off the ground a little bit, and I have the rope over my shoulder.
Like wrapped around your shoulder?
Yeah, kind of like over my shoulder here.
Okay. Did you put your arm through the loop?
No.
Okay. So you just kind of got a lasso right now wrapped around your shoulder?
Yeah, like kind of like when you put up like a rope and you wrap it around like your arm, put it away, and like I got that like just sitting on my shoulder.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was kind of envisioning.
I think Mundane the Fleshlighter should be his nickname.
All right. So what's everybody else doing in the lead up to this?
I adjusted some equipment while they were doing all this. Taking out of my pack that were stowed. But otherwise, I was sort of waiting to hear the plan. Their plan. I mean, there's some secret plan with a rope that we're not allowed to know about. Got it.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's a round and assault, I guess.
What I'm thinking is we trip them.
That is a good plan.
How big is this thing exactly?
I would like to see one possible flaw in that plan.
We could pull a Star Wars, I guess, and
So,
attach it to one leg and just start running around him.
here's the plan, guys. We trip him.
Guys, hear me out. Guys. We just use a rope. It's ingenious. We'll never see it coming.
Can we do like a Star Wars Battle for Hoth type thing? You hand me the rope and I'll run around in circles around the big thing.
You fly
Well,
around.
I'm flying around. So yeah, that's what I was thinking is we could do a Hoth type deal.
And I'm riding a
knock 'em
horse,
over.
so I'm quick.
Yeah, so we can both like work this out.
Give him one end,
Yeah.
the other. I'll just distract it by hitting it, I guess.
Sounds good. It's foolproof.
Yeah.
We'll see what the dice have to say about that.
So, yeah. So, shall we do this then?
Yes.
Don't stand in front of it would be sounds like a solid plan. So let's attempt that. And then I'm gonna cast my Shadow Blade using that hilt. I mean, I guess I don't know the specs of the sword thing.
Okay.
Anyways.
I can tell you.
But I don't know if maybe I could use it as a sort of focus for that spell.
So what happens when you activate the hilt of the sword is that actually, so you're seeing the hilt of the sword and you're thinking, oh, I'm gonna have a blade come out of it like a lightsaber or something. But what happens is as you mentally command the sword into action, a creature of shadow sprouts from above your shoulders, and it has these massive claws that mimic your own arm movements in front of you.
I can dig it.
It also has a protection buff that you can use your reaction to when you're targeted to give +2 to your AC until the start of your next turn.
Limited use or
No.
reaction?
Yeah, reaction.
All right.
So you want to channel your Shadow Blade into that?
I kind of do, yeah.
All right.
I'll cast it at a higher level even if it matters.
Let me pull up that magic item and see how those things would interact. You've already used an action point just to attune to it, so I'm going to say that it's going to have some kind of impact, and you can channel your magic. Just let me kind of figure out how that might work. All right, so currently, you're proficient with it. You can use strength or dexterity to modify the attack. And it normally does 1d10 necrotic damage,
Okay.
plus your strength or dexterity modifier. What does Shadow Blade normally do?
Basically what it does is it creates a shadowy sword that at base level, second level normally, does 2d8 psychic damage on a hit. And it could be like thrown and then summoned back into your hand.
So what we'll say is that as you channel the magic of your Shadow Blade into the hilt of this thing, what happens is that the shadow creature that's manifested above you throws a sword out of its hand, and it wields it in two hands. So it's kind of like if you guys have ever seen Darkstalkers, that shadow guy that had with the two-handed weapon kind of above the Darkstalker. And so you get there is a synergy there. So it is 3d10 is considered necrotic and psychic mixed. 3d10 damage.
Alrighty.
But it can't be thrown.
Sure. Would I add anything to it? Or just 3d10?
Are you using your strength or dexterity?
I would be using strength.
You had your strength bonus.
Alright. Sounds good to me. How big is this thing over me?
It's fairly big. It's kind of like just a floating torso almost, and it's almost to the point where it's kind of superimposed over you, but outside of you. So it's kind of like, you know what? I have a picture that kind of illustrates to a degree what this thing looks like for you.
You ever watch Naruto?
No.
There's a one. Oh goddamn, that's a terrible picture.
Like you see how her hands are?
Okay, yeah.
Kind of like that, but the creature's enveloping you
Okay.
and wielding a sword two-handed. So
Alright.
even though you're wielding the hilt in one hand, the creature's sword attacks mimic the sword strikes that you're making.
Okay.
Anything else you guys are doing? Or planning?
There's the creature in front of us, but like, is this like a city square? Are we just like looking down a road? Like how does this area of the city look again? Like,
So-
is it open? Is there a lot of like buildings kind of hanging over?
There are a number of buildings. None of the buildings are taller than the creature. In fact, many of the buildings are actually shorter than the creature.
Are these short buildings or are these like tall buildings? Like how many stories?
No, they're shorter than the creature, most of them. So
Yeah,
they're
yeah, but
shorter
like,
than, well, the creature's 25 feet tall.
okay.
So there's like one building that's just completely turned to rubble, and the creature is currently destroying another building. It looks like some of the monsters that have been fighting the creature. There's like bodies all over the ground, and the creature is at some point stopping to actually pick up some of the bodies and putting them into its chest. And you can see the forces that have survived. They're kind of backing off a little bit, so they're giving you guys some room to try and fight the creature, and they might be also readying a counterattack just in case, based on what you guys are doing. And so it's like in the middle of a road, almost on a corner of a block. Picture the one house is destroyed, another one is kind of in the process of being wrecked, while it's also putting bodies into its chest. And there are other buildings kind of around it. So almost like it's like where it is right now is an intersection.
Gotcha.
It's not like a town square or anything. There's relatively limited maneuver room, but it also gives you, if you guys were to try to be cautious in your approach, it gives you a number of different options in terms of where you guys might want to approach it from, giving you some cover.
All right. Well, I'm going to go to a side. I'll pick one, whichever one seems the easiest to get to.
I have no need to get super close to it, so I'm probably going to attack it from like 300 feet away and stay there.
We abandoned the rope plan?
Oh, we're still going with the rope plan.
All right, good.
Just remember, everybody has a bardic inspiration die.
What die is it? D6?
A D6.
What does that do?
You can use it to
Add to any D20 roll, basically.
yeah.
Cool.
Use it before the DM says it succeeds or fails. It's the only thing.
You just have one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to start moving to try to get behind it. Does it have, like, how many eyes does it have? Maybe there is no behind it.
No, as far as you can tell, it doesn't seem like it has eyes in the back of its head or on its back.
Just anywhere where I'm not, like, shooting directly at the giant portal to hell in its stomach.
Okay. So I'll kind of draw out for you guys how I'm kind of picturing it in my head. And then you guys let me know where you guys are going to put your characters into position. All right. So this is kind of what I imagine. This guy's the monster. All these X's are bodies. This is the wrecked building. This is a building that's taken some damage. The monster seems to be attracted by creatures that are hiding in this building.
Okay.
So where do you guys see yourselves wanting to kind of go? And you guys are right now in this kind of right there. Well, you're not right there, but you're in that direction.
I want to go around to the back.
Here?
Yeah.
And I'm going to go to its right down that other road. Because
Here?
Birdie. The other side.
Right here? The wreck building?
Yeah. But like 300 feet away from it down that road. I got sharpshooter. I don't need to be right next to it.
Maximum distance.
So I'm gonna throw one end to the rope to Elmore.
And I'm going to
Okay.
catch that end of the rope.
Make an athletic check.
Are you guys both coming from this direction then?
Yes.
Except for, Martha's coming from the sky. He hits him high. I hit him low.
That's how you trip someone.
So the monster is not going to see Tacitus or Ivar, but it is going to see Marthau and Elmorn.
Attack!
So we're going to do initiative for Marthau, Elmorn, and the monster. Ivar and Tacitus, since you guys are in hiding, you guys get to determine when you go. You can go at any point in this round.
I'm going to go right now.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm going to approach it and hit it. With this thing that is assisting me. And basically my goal is to stay behind it as best as possible.
Okay.
Alrighty. Go ahead and just use that bardic inspiration to boost my hit. Yeah, that's much better. That's a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Sweet. Alrighty, so 3d10. Ooh, nice. $24 of that psychic necrotic damage.
Okay. So one thing that you notice as you hit it, the psychic damage seems to be not impactful on its own. However, empowered with the necrotic damage, it allows it to do its.
Your cat's like, fuck you, man.
Yeah. It allows the full.
Is that your cat meowing?
Yeah, and running across the room. So it allows the full brunt of the attack to be felt by the creature. So that was 24 damage.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I assume since it can't see me, if I were to just attack, I would get my damage, my extra D6.
Yeah. Actually, Tacitus, since it didn't see you, and you're surprising it, you get advantage. So you go ahead and roll again in case you got a critical.
All right. Well, I might not have needed my bardic inspiration with that.
Okay, you can get it back then.
I don't know for sure though. It's a 17.
That hits.
Okay, that was without the bardic inspiration. I'll give that back to myself. Okay. So no crit, but I hit without having to use my bardic. Okay. Cool. That's me.
I'm gonna shoot 2 arrows at it, and with the sharpshooter. That's 18 and another 18.
Those both hit.
So the first one, I'm going to turn into a grasping arrow to help them out on their tripping plan. So brambles and chains come out and like cover a toe, I imagine. It's not actually limited by creature size, but they come out and wrap around the thing. It can still move, but if it moves, it's going to possibly take poison damage if it's not immune to poison damage.
So one thing that you notice is that the poison damage of the grasping vines seems to just ooze back out of its pores.
Okay. Then.
I mean, I don't know if he does see that from 300 feet away.
Oh, he definitely sees that if he's got the sharpshooter feet. He can see the wings off a grasshopper from that distance.
And let's see. And that's from the 2 arrows, 47 damage. Slashing damage. So, slashing and piercing.
Okay. All right, so the 2 arrows embed in its back, and it angrily turns in your direction and spots you, although you are 300 feet away. All right, so then Elmorn, Marthau, initiative.
I will turn and run my 25 feet when it sees me.
10.
18.
Tie goes to the player, Elmorn. And then Tacitus and Ivar, give me your initiative for next round.
15.
So,
Oh, sorry. 21.
it will, can Ivar, or not Ivar, can Elmorn and Marthau take their turns together? Like,
Yeah.
if we're both doing the rope thing, like one can't go really before the other.
Right. No, that's fine. Monster goes last. So everybody acts in however way you guys want to go, and then Monster is going to go.
Well, like we both kind of have to go together. Like, yeah. Like, so Marthau starts moving towards the monster. Like, what's your movement speed, Elmorn, with Blaze?
60.
Okay, so we're both 60.
Mm-hmm.
How far away is the monster from?
You guys get there. You guys can get there and use. You can use a an action, your move action as an action to if you're planning to swing the rope around. What I need both of you guys to do though is each of you give a opposed strength check to see if you can hold on to the rope as you swing in and around the monster.
Well, question. How so the monster is 25 feet tall. How wide is it? Or like how
portly is this gentleman?
Probably about 15 feet wide.
how big are its legs now that we've reached it? Are they like treetop trunks? Are they like
Yeah, they're like,
elephant legs or
I mean, picture the giant from Game of Thrones. He's built pretty similarly to that.
okay.
And the giant was able to crush people with his feet.
Okay.
So like each foot and leg is as wide around as a man is wide. And then some.
Okay.
I forget. Is this a bipedal or quadruped?
Bipedal.
Okay. As you fly around to the back, you see me poking it in the ass.
Yeah, so how do you guys want to handle it?
So I think that does this thing have ankles? Or does it have like knees, or is it just like one solid mass?
I mean, it seems to have joints where you
Okay.
would expect them.
All right. So as we get closer, like Martha would see like that this thing has ankles and be like, down low, and he move the rope lower in an attempt to try to trip it from as lowest to the ground as possible.
Okay. So both of you guys make both of you guys make a opposed strength check.
The strength.
Yeah, straight up strength. Not athletics, because this is going to be about raw power.
Can I assist by throwing out a thunder wave? I'd like to push it forward since I'm behind it.
I mean, not
it,
this turn.
It has to
but
be a
maybe-
con save, but all right, we'll see. We'll see how this goes, I guess.
So against, we'll do Marthau first.
Okay.
I got 17.
You won't believe this, but I also got a 17.
All right, tie goes to the player in that case. Elmorn.
Okay.
I got 11.
I got a 16.
All right, so you guys managed to hold on to the rope.
FYI, I did use my thingy, Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
Sweet.
So you guys manage to hold on to the rope as it's struggling against it. And so you're able to wrap it around. And so next turn, if it moves, especially with the grasping arrow that Ivar launched, you guys will see what the outcome is from that.
Yeah, yeah, Blaze, yeah, hold your head to the goddamn rope.
So I wonder how low exactly you are. If I had to like duck every time
So
around.
now it's the monster's turn, and with Elmorn and Marthau being the closest, and with this rope stuff and grasping vines impacting its movement, he's going to go after you two. So he makes 2 claw attacks and a bite attack. So first attack is a claw attack. He's going to swipe at Marthau as Marthau is wrapping the rope around him. $26.
It hits.
I assume that hits.
Yep.
So that's oh wait a minute. I did the wrong damage. I'm sorry. That's much more reasonable. You take 21 damage and you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh man, that's my bread and butter.
Hold on. I can't hear you guys.
Can you hear
Can you
me?
hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
That's weird.
We can hear you.
What are you thinking about? I got a nat 20 on that con save.
All right, I can hear you now.
Sweet.
All right. So, what was your con save, Marthau?
I got a nat 20.
Nice. All right, we're gonna count that as a critical success. Which will count as a critical fumble for the creature. So go ahead and roll a D100.
Sweet. 83.
Okay. So the creature looks to be suddenly a little bit more sluggish. So then the other claw attack is going at Elmorn. 17.
No.
All right. And then he's going to go for a bite against Blaze. $12.
Nope.
All right.
Thank goodness you gave Blaze that barding.
And then the creature tries to move. And so now we're going to see what the result of your guys' trip is. Who has the highest strength? Elmorn or Marthau?
Is that even a question?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I have
All
a
right.
negative modifier in my strength. The fact that I managed to pass a strength roll was
You didn't have to ask. Look at gun.
All
All right. So, Elmorn, what is your strength score?
My strength score is 17.
Okay. So that's a +3. We'll say that you guys have your proficiency bonus, which is +3, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So then that's a DC 14 dexterity saving throw. And then let's see what's. All right, so he falls prone. The monster falls to the ground with a massive thud. But then we're just gonna keep it at that for now. So
Then he starts eating up the ground with his stomach.
He's eating the ground.
He just starts sinking into the ground, just eating it.
Tacitus, Marthau, then Ivor.
Quick question. So is he still right in front of me? He never like provoked any opportunity attack? Alrighty. Just check.
Now it's time to hog time.
Well, if he's on the ground and we just tripped him by the cankles.
Sure.
Like, so that means that we have our rope back. I guess we can try to hog tie him, although I don't really.
You don't have your rope back; it's still wrapped around his legs.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you could still tie up, tighten that shit up.
It didn't take 50 feet of rope to tie 2 little ankles of a 15.
No, I mean there's still some slack, but you're not going to just take the rope and be like, oh, now we can just.
All right.
Now I can just.
I'm gonna climb on this thing's back and fucking stab him in the back.
You have advantage on your attack.
Yeah. Ooh.
Did you forget that this is Martha's friend?
Yeah, probably. 19 plus some.
All right, that's a hit.
On the hit. Let's see. Let's see. That's 17 psychic necrotic damage.
All right. Is that your whole turn?
I mean, in case this thing tries to get up, I'm, get myself in a nice position to stay on him.
All right. Martha up, Ivor on deck, Elmorn in a hole.
You know,
Martha was probably gonna pull the rope tight and try to tie it. And like another knot to make sure that it's fast and that he ain't going nowhere, at least not easily.
Are you gonna work together with Elmorn on that?
Yeah, I would think that we would want to do this together, but I don't want to speak for Elmorn.
Elmorn, are you coordinating with him on this?
To hog tie this motherfucker?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. Sweet.
All right. So we're gonna use Elmorn's strength score to see if you guys can hold on to the rope. So that's a strength, post strength check, and then Martha, we're gonna use your and oppose his dexterity versus your sleight of hand to do the knot. So
Okay.
first Elmorn with the strength. 16.
Action point. Action point. Fuck. Can we use Blaze's strength instead? He's got a +4. You said you got a 16?
Yeah.
Action point.
Jeez.
I need real dice. I'll be right back.
Maybe you should have enlarged first. Get advantage on your strength checks.
Or not have used your bardic inspiration.
Well, I mean, if he didn't use the bardic inspiration, then we would have failed the initial trip.
I don't know. The monster got an 11. He got a 16. I don't know. I'm really sure why he had to use bardic inspiration.
That is true.
He must
Once
have
he got a 10.
Right. He must have had a 10 and rolled a 6.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, there goes 3 of my 4 action points. All right. Here we go. Ha! 16.
Jeez.
All right. I've already said tie goes to the player. That's the established status quo for this battle. So now we see the effectiveness of Martha being able to tie that knot.
Yeah.
So, ah, 5.
6.
Shit.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's a 3, but I have 3 for my sleight of hand. So So I imagine like Martha was like just able to get it, but they're both kind of feebly just like it's kind of like Sylvester Stallone trying to like do stuff in Rocky. He's just gonna I guess I win.
Okay. Ivar, you're up.
So, I mean, 2 things. One, would I really have disadvantage because it's prone when it's a giant monster?
We're gonna say yes, just because your friends are also all around that area.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm on top of it.
Then I am going to wait and see if it gets up.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't make sense for me to accidentally shoot you guys.
So the creature, using an immense amount of strength, flips itself onto its back, and then the giant maw in its chest begins a vortex, and Elmorn, Marthau, and Tacitus are all within range of its effect.
What happened to Tacitus? Tacitus was on his back.
Yeah, so Tacitus, you're actually well, give me an athletics or acrobatics check.
I'm decent at one of those. Action point.
Can you imagine how different this game would be without action points?
Jesus fucking Christ. Action point.
We would have died a long time ago.
It's true.
We would never have made it out of Fort Deep Dark.
That's better. That's much better. 20.
Okay. So as you get to a sense of the rumbling, and have just a preternatural sense that it's about to move, and so you're able to do a backflip off of the thing and land next to it, which is fairly cool. But it then gets onto its back, and you guys feel this vortex. And so everybody, give me a strength saving throw, except Ivar.
Wait. How close are we to each other? How close are people to me? My aura of protection.
Yeah, you guys all. Well, that's 10 feet. Blaze and one other person can get the benefit of it, but not both.
Strength saving throw.
And probably it's going to be. Well, Martha would be on the other side of you, I imagine, since you were pulling the rope from opposite ends.
Yeah.
As you guys wrapped it around. So it would probably be Tacitus that gets the benefit.
Okay.
What's the
Strength
big-
saving throw?
Yeah, so you and Blaze both have to do it, Elmore.
Oh, I don't have to do it?
No, and Martha. Yeah, you just don't get the +2 bonus from Elmore's
What's
or
the
Gotcha.
DC?
15.
I'm gonna use not an action point, but I'm gonna use Tides of Chaos.
Okay.
Does Blaze have bardic inspiration?
No.
I'm gonna use an action point. Okay, that's better.
I saved, but Blaze failed.
15
Okay.
we said was the total?
Yeah.
Woo! Bardic Inspiration.
I'm
And
also
then-
using Bardic Inspiration, so I got 18.
I
All
just
right.
get 15.
So Blaze gets sucked into the creature's maw and disappears within.
See ya.
And Elmorn, you're knocked off of Blaze. You land prone, and you don't have the mounted combat feat, right?
No.
All right, so you land prone and take 3 damage from the fall.
All right. Until next time, Blaze. Until the next time you die horribly.
You get a sense that Blaze is still alive.
Oh, damn it. Now I feel bad.
Gotta attack it from the inside.
I didn't want to feel bad.
All right, we got Tacitus. You're up. Well, Ivar, did you want to do anything, or are you still holding your turn?
Since it's flipped over and it's sucking everyone in, I guess I'll take my shots. So with disadvantage?
Yeah.
That's not good. 14
That's a hit.
and 26.
That's a hit.
18 from the first shot and 19 from the second shot.
18 and 19.
Yep. And then I'll move forward 25 feet.
Okay. Tacitus, you're up. Martha on deck. Ivar in the hole. Actually, because Ivar, since you took your turn after the monster, you're moving to after the monster.
Okay.
So Tacitus, you're up. Martha is on deck. Elmorn, you're in the hole.
All right. Oh, I mean, I'm gonna move around to its head. Fucking slash at him.
All right.
All right, let's do this. Oof. He's still prone, right?
Yeah.
That's better. 6, 18 to hit.
That's a hit.
Nice. Um, 17 of that damage. I think I should be able to use a power surge on this attack because it's technically kind of with a spell.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. So it receives an additional 4 force damage.
Okay, so what's the total?
14 plus 3, 17 necrotic psychic, 4, and then 4 force.
Okay. So one thing that you guys all notice. Well, first of all, describe your attack.
I mean, I walk over to its head and it's kind of like a weird shaped thing, so I just kind of like slash through it. And it's being like a shadowy blade, it doesn't actually cut or anything like that. It just kind of passes through its form, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. You also notice a flow of energy from the creature kind of following the blade. So there is a sudden burst of energy from the creature. Everybody is set Tacitus, or not Tacitus, Ivar. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Do I still get that +2?
You do. Martha does not. Elmorn does.
17.
16.
17.
Y'all are fine. Y'all
Don't
good,
sound so
baby.
disappointed.
You guys do notice that the buildings around you are have been impacted by the energy. They all seem to be crumbling a little bit. So Martha, you're up. Elmorn on deck. Monster in the hole.
Martha, you see Martha's form kind of shimmer, and two additional copies of Martha materialize to either side of him. So it's mirror image. And as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Hex on the creature. And I'm going to hex its strength.
Okay. Roll on your wild magic surge.
Oh yeah. It's going to get fun. 60, is that a 6 or a 9? 63.
63. You cast Fog Cloud centered on yourself. The fog glows, and music can be heard as if at a rave.
Do I get any benefits? Like, do I like move faster? Do I like become really good at finger lights? Like,
I mean, yeah, you have finger lights and they trail in the fog, but you can't see anything. Nobody can see anything. Everybody's in the fog cloud except Ivar. Now Ivar can't see shit except flashes of light happening in the fog.
It's like this low.
Ivar was already at disadvantage. This changes nothing.
Well, now you have to try and locate where the creature is.
I just shoot for the same spot I did last time.
Muscle memory. All right. Elmore, you're up. Monster on deck. Ivar in the hole.
and actually, Martha is gonna, now that he's back, he's gonna move back away from the monster. All of themselves are gonna move away from the monster, and they're gonna kind of move. Can the mirror copies move on their own?
No, they follow you. They mirror your exact movements.
So then all of the me's are gonna move, maybe 20 feet back, out of striking distance. Or
Okay.
immediate striking distance.
So that puts you right at the edge of the fog cloud, because I think that's a 20-foot radius spell, right?
I
Or is it
don't
40
know.
feet.
I think that's right.
20 sounds about right. Yeah, it's 20.
Yeah, 20-foot radius. That puts you right at the edge of the fog cloud. All right. Elmorn.
So is he facing me or?
He is ostensibly next to you, but the fog is making it impossible to see more than a few inches in front of your face.
I can't see which way he's facing. He's a 25-foot monster with a glowing middle radius center, and I can't see where he's facing.
Oh, it's not glowing.
Oh,
Never said it was glowing.
it's like a purplish void, right?
It's not glowing though.
Oh,
And also, this fog cloud is kind of glowing and pulsing with light.
wait, was this Martha's fault?
Yeah.
Martho. Not again. Shit. Well, so I know where the creature is. I just don't know which way it's facing.
Right. I mean, you were close enough that if you wanted to try and strike it, you could, but you would have disadvantage.
Gotcha. Ooh. What if I used like divine sense? Would that allow me to pinpoint its location, thus removing my disadvantage?
Divine sense is an action, isn't it?
Sure. It is.
Okay. You don't have any more action points to do another action, do you?
I do. I have one more.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not saying I'm going to use it.
You're certainly welcome to try and use your divine sense.
All right, never mind. I'm not using
it. Hint, nudge, nudge.
I'll just kind of ready myself, my halberd. Can I have ready in action if the creature gets within view? Then I want to hit him. That's my ready to action.
Okay. All right. So those of you in the fog cloud hear a whoosh. Too bad the fog cloud is in the way, because what I would describe would be awesome. You guys will just have to take my word for it.
You could just say that it sucks in the fog cloud.
But it doesn't.
Okay.
This is an ultra magic fog cloud.
And actually, that raises a good point. Martha, you have the sense that it let you cast that hexa. Because you've seen it swallow spells. Anyways,
I saw spells that were like targeted that into it, but if we casted it not focused on the void, does that matter?
Nope. Because it and the void are one and the same. All right, so anyways, Tacitus, does a 21 hit you? Shit, I can't hear you guys again. Hold on.
Oh, sorry, that was me. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Yes.
No, I accidentally muted myself. It would hit me if I didn't cast shield, which I'm gonna.
Okay. That's not gonna hit you. That's not gonna hit you. You sense it suddenly behind you. And it launches several attacks in your direction. But because of the nature of the fog cloud, you see like the movement of the fog first, and you're able to ready your shield in time to knock away one attack and then dodge out of the rest of them.
Oh, I got a surprise for this motherfucker.
Ivor, you're up. Tacitus on, or actually, Yeah. So, Iber up, Tacitus on deck, Martha out in the hole.
Okay, I have a new ability I picked up this level called Bursting Arrow that sends out a burst of magical force. Can I use that and an action point to like clear a hole in this fog cloud so that maybe I could see the thing, or like a toe of the thing,
Yeah.
without like killing anyone or even injuring him? I just want to move the fog away.
Okay. I'm gonna set DC in my head, and you make an attack roll to do that.
That is a 24.
Okay. So yeah, you're able to temporarily disperse a part of the cloud enough to see the monster.
Okay, and then I will shoot another arrow at it. With disadvantage, that's a 20.
You don't have disadvantage.
Okay, then it was a 22.
Okay, that hits.
For 17 piercing damage. And then what the hell? I'm going to use my action surge and shoot 2 more arrows.
All right.
That's a 17 and a natural 20.
Ooh, roll that 20 again.
21.
All right. Roll your D100.
97.
Ooh. Is that like a special one?
Have we unlocked a secret achievement? I think we may have. Because I think it's the last 5. That is 1, 2. Yep. We have unlocked a secret achievement. So that's a 97, you said?
Yep.
So in addition to doing double max damage, one target or one ally within range can make an immediate attack against the target. We're gonna go with Tacitus since he's the only one next to the creature right now.
Alrighty.
So what's the damage, Ibar?
36 from the crit and then 14 from the one preceding it. So 50.
All right.
And then me.
Yeah.
I guess I get an attack then?
Yep.
Okay. I'll take it. Oh wait, I'm assuming disadvantage, right?
You have advantage, or no, you don't have disadvantage because the fog is temporarily cleared away because of Iber's force arrow.
Okay. Well, I kind of rolled 2 dice there.
So just re-roll 1.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, that's what I was going to take before. 16?
Hit.
Oh, delightful. Come here, you son of a bitch. And I'll probably go ahead and throw in a second power surge there. So let's see. 18 plus, so 25 psychic necrotic, and then 4 force.
Okay. The thing is starting to look a little weak in the knees. Tacitus, you're up. Martha's on deck. Elmorn in the hole.
Sounds good. Tell me, are you familiar with the show Inuyasha?
Vaguely.
I know of it.
So there's a character in that show who has this thing on his hand. It's basically an engulfing fucking black hole that just eats shit. So
Kind of like Vampire Hunter D.
I've not seen it.
Oh, watch it. It's great.
It's one of those. It's a long list. So the big bad guy, of course, has to have a countermeasure for this. So what does he do? He creates these special wasp things that sting him on the way in, and it infects him and like almost kills him essentially. So anytime the big bad guy's around, these fucking wasp things are always floating, so he can't use the thing to just make the bad guy go away. So I don't have any wasps, but I do have a storm sphere. So I'm just gonna pop that up right kind of. If he's right there, kind of near me, I'm just gonna put it right over my head. Well, I guess I'll put it on his head because he then has to make a save. But
okay. So before he makes that save, he attempts to swallow that spell.
That's what I'm hoping. With a swallow on, fucking send that shit spiraling on the inside. The shadowy blade has to go away, by the way, in order for me to cast this.
What is the save DC of the spell?
So the initial save is a strength 1, and it is currently 15. Basically, the sphere itself is just like this. It's a spinning sphere, wind and shit.
He rolled a natural 20.
Well, I'm gonna action point, make him re-roll that shit.
You had the +2 to your intelligence.
Yeah.
So 16.
No, it's already in here.
Okay.
So this turns it from a natural 20 to a natural 19. He eats the shit out of that spell. You see the vortex open up. The monster puts his arms out wide towards the sphere, and the energies. It's not that the sphere is just engulfed. It's the magical energies that are manifesting the sphere get sucked away, and then the sphere kind of fizzles out.
All right.
What's this thing's name?
Asshole.
Yeah. Asshole. Crusher of dreams.
It reminds me of Gluttony from Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
And then also as a result of that, you see it regain some of its wounds start to close. What level is that spell?
4th.
Maybe next time bring wasps.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, some of its wounds begin to close, some of and start to heal a bit. Anything else you got for us, Tacitus?
I think really loudly, "You motherfucker, how about you help?" Oh, you're frustrated? Fuck.
All right. Martha, you're up. Elmorn is on deck. The monster is in the hole. You know what? Actually, hold on. Let me backtrack a little bit. The monster became visible when Ivar did his thing, which would have triggered Elmorn's held action.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you that ability because your halberd has that ability to have up to 30 feet of reach. So the fact that the monster is not right next to you poses no difficulty.
Albert has 30 feet of reach?
Yeah, don't you remember?
No.
go through portals and poke out.
What are we talking about right now?
Your halberd is magical, dude.
No.
How do I know the equipment that you have better than you do?
I don't know. You have your encyclopedic memory. I don't remember that. Are you sure you're talking about me and not a different game?
Yeah.
I remember it too. It's not my character either.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. When did I get this power? Did this happen when I wasn't here?
Fighting the kobolds that gave you all that fucking trouble. One of them had
kobolds. Why did my halberd get special powers from that?
because the kobold had a gem that it attached to the halberd.
Yeah, don't you remember? I remember that your halberd was magic.
Yeah, okay. Even if you don't have this, when the DM says you have something and it's beneficial, yeah, I remember having it.
I just like to be fair. That's all. I just like to remember things too. I'm surprised I don't. I feel like I would have been trying to use this a lot more if I knew.
So
yeah, I've been surprised that you haven't used it as much as you.
I'm just amused. Like I'm just thinking now. Just Elmore doesn't realize he has a magical halberd. He's the whole time he's had it.
Wait. No,
because you have the dragon
gem to my halberd.
No, you killed the kobold and you took the gem.
I did?
Yeah, the kobold that had all those traps against you guys. And
yes, I remember that. I remember that.
It had a gem attached to its own weapon, a dragon shard of space bending.
Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah!
Now you remember.
I remember now.
So you have to use a bonus action in order to get that reach.
Okay, I remember now.
It was when you weren't here that we established that you can use the Sentinel feat in combination with that.
Can we like, I need to add that to my thing so I'll never forget that. Anyway. Okay. I mean, I remember the necrotic enchantment that I didn't like anymore. Then you were like, I can toggle that. But I don't remember. I forgot about that space bending one. I remember now because he had the belt, right?
Well, Martha got that one. Or no.
Martha got it, and then I got it when Martha got a better belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I could only be attuned to one belt, and I had another belt.
Couldn't wear two belts? No, I remember. Okay. Sorry.
Floyd Mayweather wears multiple belts all the time.
So you're going to use your bonus action to give your health length. And then also make your 2 attacks.
Okay. All right.
Under the right circumstances, that length can go pretty quickly.
I will enlarge my halberd and strike my foe twice. All right, here we go. 21.
Hits.
And then this, the other attack is 19.
Hits.
Okay. D10. 8 and I rolled a 1, but I'm going to re-roll it because of my great weapon fighting.
Okay.
I rolled a 1 twice. So 8 and 4, so 12.
Okay. I've allowed enough time to pass. You should have used smite.
I mean, it's not his turn, and I get another turn coming up.
You can use smite whenever you make an attack.
I got a quick question.
Why? I don't want to. What if?
Okay, never mind. Never mind.
What if we have to fight something right after this, and then I've used one of my smites? I know how you work. You exhaust all of our resources, and then you make us fight like the biggest, baddest motherfucker, and then I have nothing. I'm not falling for your traps anymore.
And then my legs go backwards.
Yeah. It's like, use your smite so that So that the whoosh, the thing that made the whoosh can sneak up on you and fucking kill you, and then you have no smites. I know your tricks. There's something else out there.
That's it's actually in the rave cloud.
So I do have a quick question. Whenever I cast my spell and he had to make a strength save, did he get at a disadvantage because he's hexed?
He should have.
No, it doesn't, because those are for strength ability checks.
And he swallowed the hex.
He had the hex applied. He didn't swallow it.
And
that is ability checks. Sorry, yeah.
Right, but also it didn't make a saving throw against the actual spell save. It made its check in order to try and swallow the spell.
Okay.
Because it's not an automatic thing that the thing swallows the spell. So it gets a check to try and swallow the spell, and then it has to, if it fails to do that, the spell may take effect against the creature.
Alrighty.
All right. Monster is up. Monster is super pissed. So first...
Wait, can I check something real quick?
Yeah.
I don't have some kind of like magic gem that I don't know about that gives me unlimited smites, do I? Since you're telling me to smite.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, cool.
But good on you for just double checking.
Yeah.
Actually, I remember getting a gem that had unlimited smites. And I thought, when am I going to ever use unlimited smites? I'll just keep this gem anyway.
All right, so
I like to imagine that Elmorn was yelling at the sky, I know your tricks! I don't want to
Wait, how's the monster up? I never got my turn.
That was your reaction.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay, so it's still your turn. You're right. It's still your turn.
Yeah, so now I can fucking kill him. I don't need to smite him.
You should probably smite a little bit at least.
Oh, fuck that. All right, I'm gonna hit him with my halberd. Extendo halberd.
Okay.
23
Hits.
and a 9.
That doesn't hit.
Okay, and then I'm gonna use my bonus action to do the butt.
You've already used your bonus action to do the extension.
Oh fuck!
Could you not run up to it?
I mean, do you have to extend it every time?
Yeah, it's a bonus action just to extend it.
It's fine.
And it's not like permanently extended?
No. No, I believe you call the doctor if that happens.
Only if it lasts for long.
What if I take a Viagra? Can it stay extended? I get to roll again because I rolled a 2. 11? And I'll smite him. Since you guys won't shut up about it.
You're straight paladin, right?
Yes.
You've not really used any spells, have you?
He hasn't used any.
Not today, but I have before.
Except to summon your horse, but
Against the thing that eats spells?
Oh yeah, I summoned my horse. I forgot about that.
that's one use, but
Okay, so I'm just gonna use a 1 spell slot. So 2d8. 3 10. So 11 plus 10, 21 total.
Okay. So the monster is looking a bit wobbly on his knees once again. The wounds that have healed are now opening once more. And it is continuing its assault against Tacitus. I assume a 13 does not hit, but a 24 and a 25.
Yeah, those will hit.
Okay. So, first one.
Guys, it's the first time I've been hit.
22 damage, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Guys, I don't want to be hit anymore. 22 damage?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Con save?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, now you fuck. God, what the fuck? Whatever. Con save. Oh, nice. Yes. 19.
Okay. So you manage to you feel as you get struck with the claw, you can feel the needles digging within you from that swipe. That kind of feel like they're kind of draining you, but you're able to mentally overcome that sensation. But then it latches down on you with its bite. Jesus. $46 damage, and you need to make a strength saving throw.
46, you say?
Yeah.
Well, I'm about to hit my vitality points. So I'm
As a reaction, I fire an arrow and deflect 3 points of that 46.
I'm still in it, man. I lose 1 vitality point.
Oh wait, no. So no, if an attack can only bring you to 0 hit points, it can't go into your vitality until you get another attack. So if you have 5 hit points and you take 100 hit points in damage, you're at 0 hit points and you're still at your max vitality.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, I have 42 hit points. So you did 46.
43 after my reaction.
Yeah. Doesn't make a difference. All right.
All right, and your strength saving throw.
Yep.
And you're not getting Elmorn's bonus because he's too far away right now.
Sure. All right. Let's see what we can do here. Con save. Did I just do that though?
Strength save.
You need a strength saving throw against the bite.
Oh man, this guy can fuck off. Okay. Do I make this at? I don't remember all the vitality point shit. Do I make saves at disadvantage or anything like that?
Ooh. Let me bring up the DM cheat sheet. All right. When you are at vitality points only, you are dispirited. A dispirited creature suffers disadvantage on attack rolls. Saving throws against the creature's spells, attacks, and abilities have advantage. You have 1 level of exhaustion. So you still save fine. If something tries to save against something you do, they have advantage.
Alrighty. Let's see what we can do here. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. I'm gonna use my final special bonus action point. Finally. And try that one more time.
Okay.
Oh, natural 20.
All right. Re-roll that 20.
3.
Okay. So that's not a critical success then. It's just a normal success. So instead of being swallowed, you are grappled.
Okay.
So you're like basically this thing is trying to chew on you and bring you into its maw, but you're fighting against it.
Alrighty.
Ivor, you're up.
This is yell out, fuck!
I'm going to take 2 shots at it. That's a regular 20 and a 19.
All right, both hit.
It's a 14 and a 10 damage, and I'm going to spend an action point to get another action
Okay.
and do it again.
So you did 24 damage that time.
Yep. And that's a 21 and a 25. So that
Both
is,
hit.
yep, that's 14 from the first arrow and 15 from the second arrow.
You've done like 90% of the damage to this thing, Ivor.
Where are my action points?
Okay.
And continue.
It's looking pretty bad. But it's still chewing on Tacitus. Who is actually up right now. Martha, you're on deck. Elmorn in the hole.
Tacitus is up.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm up. Okay, sorry. Well then, I don't like this at all. Is there there's a building nearby? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to thunderstep to the top of one.
Okay. Before you do that,
I know that some of them were being shook from some commotion before. Preferably go to one that's not so great.
what's your spell save DC?
Man, he doesn't know what's going on. He's got him in his mouth. It's a 15.
Your spell succeeds. It goes off.
It pained him to say that.
It did. It did.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm stepping way away from him. As far as I can, 90 feet.
Okay.
And he has to make a con save. Because I'm definitely within 10 feet of him. I guess he has advantage on it. DC 15.
19.
Okay, so he just takes half the damage. Half a 3d10. Okay. 17 thunder damage.
All right. Looking pretty.
I'm just up there
looking
yelling.
Pretty wobbly.
Son of a bitch!
Wobbly.
Martha, you're up. Elmorn on deck. Monster in the hole.
I'm gonna cast suggestion. The cloud is cleared up now, right? Just to have the scene.
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. I'm gonna cast suggestion on the creature, and I say I go a little closer to it, maybe 10 feet, so I'm 10 feet away, and I say, Fenris, I know you can hear me. I know you are in there. Fight it. Push away against this thing's influence.
So you're getting up close to it as you're doing that?
Yes.
Okay. So as you get up closer to the creature and when you use the charm magic, the creature seems to its shoulders kind of shrug a little bit and it looks at you and it looks very deeply at you.
I remember. I was there. You're better than this.
It's still kind of just looking at you.
I mean, I'm assuming I can't communicate.
Do you know sign language?
You hear in the distance, keep talking in the calming voice.
Like up on a building, son of a bitch.
So it takes a step towards you, and with very painful effort, you can hear from the maw.
Fenris, we've seeked the angel-faced creature. We've hunted it down to this area. Help us. Help us help you. How can we free you from this?
Gold.
So it kind of looks around, and then all of a sudden, the monster's eyes harden, and it swats at you. It doesn't do any damage, but it knocks you back. And then it takes a step forward and kind of does a silent "come at me, bro," because it can't really make much noise.
I'm gonna jump back when I fall back. I'm gonna use an action point. Actually, I'm not.
You don't need to use an action point to just describe something.
I was actually gonna cast warp reality on it.
So you notice that the reality around it remains the same. It doesn't have an effect on this creature. Give me an Arcana check.
Oh, I ain't going nowhere.
What is it?
6.
Okay. Yeah, you're confused as to why your both the charm spell and the that other ability didn't work.
Would I have known that the charm spell didn't work though, since it sounded like, it looked like I got something out of it?
Give me an intelligence check or insight.
Damn it, I gotta roll a different die. Yeah, that ain't going nowhere either.
Okay.
I rolled a 2, so I mean,
okay.
Insight would be a 7.
Okay. So yeah, you're confused about that as well.
Just sitting here all confused.
All right.
Yeah.
You doing anything else?
I think that's it.
All right. Elmorn, you're up. Monster on deck. Ivar in the hole.
Did it heal any from those spells?
It didn't appear to heal.
Well, do I still sense Blaze's presence inside this thing?
It's diminishing.
Give me back my annoying horse! Extendo halberd away!
At least you didn't pull like a Willy Wonka and go chasing after it.
All right.
Maybe next time we just strap explosives to the horse.
All right. Bonus action to extend the halberd. Attack action.
Is it a one?
Last action point.
Is it one?
It wasn't.
You've already used your last action
No, I
point.
didn't. No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. I did
Yeah,
not.
you did.
I didn't. I didn't use my last one. I used 3. That one time when I was rolling a million times, I didn't use another one. I haven't used one
No,
since.
you used one more after that.
No, I didn't. I ran upstairs and I got my dice before I used my last
No,
one.
after that you used one.
For what? Because I don't remember using it.
I used my last one.
Yeah, I didn't.
No, I know, but you also used one.
No, I didn't.
Your last one.
I did not. This I remember.
All right. We'll play back the tape, but all right.
Every time I use an action point, I go to the action points thing in my dice cloud and I click use. And I had 1 left, so I didn't use it.
Okay.
I have 0 now. This is
Okay.
why I saved the last one.
Okay.
You really just want me to fucking fail for some reason. I promise I didn't use it. I swear I didn't.
No, I thought you used them all, but maybe I'm mistaken. That's fine.
That's
I trust you.
my
I
last.
trust you.
I haven't used mine. That one's a lot better. 21.
All right, that's a hit.
Are you getting mad at me now that I rolled a nat 20 for my second one?
No. Roll it again.
16.
All right, so that's confirmed. Roll the D100.
Ooh. 64.
64.
Rave Cloud?
Target is stunned until the end of their next turn.
Bam!
So you do your 1 damage and then double max damage.
My 1 damage was max damage, so 10.
All right.
Plus 3, so 13. And then 23. So 36.
Okay.
Is this thing still wobbling at the knees or is it dead yet?
No, it's not dead yet.
God damn it.
Smite.
Yeah. for future reference, Ano, when you score a critical, you can choose to do smite after scoring the critical, and that damage is also maxed and doubled.
But then I'll be at 2 spell slots and I don't trust you.
Okay, that's fine. Nor should you.
He's saving it for he's just saving it for the next thing that we have to get out of.
It's never one fight. We never fight once and then rest. It's always a gauntlet. There's always something else. That whoosh is going to come back to haunt us. I know it.
I think the whoosh was it moving.
And look where it's gotten us so far.
I don't know about that. He was like,
I mean,
if I could describe this, it'd be so cool. Because it's probably like some creepy figure, like fucking crawling through the darkness. Like,
Lots of undulation.
crawled out of its chest.
Yeah, it's undulating towards us.
I mean, if we're fighting anything else, it's definitely the goddamn mind flare.
by the way, if you I want to be fair. So if you go back in the tape and I did use the last one, then I'll take -1 for the next session or something.
I'm not that into it where I'm going to actually check through the tape.
I promise I'm not trying to cheat because I like.
I know. I believe you. I trust you. I
just spent 10 minutes earlier arguing against my own extendo halberd, so I trust me that I'm trying to be fair.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
All right, cool.
All right. So it would be the monster up, but the monster is stunned, and it's stunned until the end of the monster's turn. Now it's Ivor, Tacitus, Marthal.
I'm going to shoot twice. 16 and 26.
Both hit.
That's 16 damage from the first arrow and 14 damage from the second arrow.
All right. Tacitus, Marthal.
If it's still alive, then I'll spend an action point and shoot 2 more.
Okay.
That's a 20 and a 17.
Both hit.
That's another 16 and then 12 more.
All right. It's still up. It's looking real wobbly.
So it's my turn then, yeah?
Yeah.
Unless you're going to move or anything. I think you're fine from way back there.
Yeah.
So basically I went like way up on a rooftop somewhere.
Yeah.
Do I think maybe it wouldn't care or wouldn't realize that I'm casting a spell at it from way up here?
Give me an insight.
Well, we know I'm so great at those.
Or Arcana.
A lot better at those. Oh, fuck me. Come here. Threw my dice. Hold on. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. 9.
Yeah, you're not sure. It's a gamble.
I'm rolling so many 2s and 3s. That's ridiculous. Well, fuck it. I don't care. I'm gonna cast Magic Missile. Just like from the roof, like kind of back, just where I could see it, and just I'll arc it like way over too.
So the arcing helps, we'll say. However, we need to describe its failure. So so do your damage.
Okay. Yeah. 10 force damage.
All right.
It don't miss.
So with that, there's a visible pulse through the creature that spreads out in a burst all around it, followed by another pulse of like darkness that engulfs everything in a wave. And everybody needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, fucking hell, man. I'm just gonna roll another 2. Oh shit!
19.
That is not a 2. That
I'm gonna use an action point to reroll that.
total 21.
I got a 17.
Ivor and Elmorn, what'd you guys get?
I got 19.
I'm gonna use my secret hidden action point.
And
I got an 8.
Add your bardic inspiration to it.
I got an 8.
All right. So, Elmorn, as a result of that burst, you suddenly feel much more tired than you did you have a level of exhaustion. And then everybody sees the creature kind of fold into itself, like the void like folds out as if it's eating itself. But in the process of doing that, it creates a sphere, almost like a black hole, and it begins sucking everything in. Everybody give me a strength saving throw.
Oh, jeez. I'm gonna use my last action point on that natural one.
All right.
I'm gonna use my bardic inspiration.
Oh, I ain't got no more action points, so my total. Well, I mean, it's a saving throw. I don't know. I don't think it'll help, but I'll use my my one ability. What the fuck's it called again? Arcane Deflection. To add another +4 on this.
I got a 13.
Okay.
An 11 for me.
Okay.
I got a
And
17.
And I have a 12.
Okay. Everybody except Ivor gets sucked in.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a sucking power from 90 feet away, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hey, Blade.
Well, it was about to suck. It was about to suck Ivor in from like 300 feet away.
Indeed.
That
I mean,
sucks.
You guys all see like pieces of building and bodies and everything, and even some of the far away guard. Even some of them get pulled in.
Do I see Blade?
So here's what you guys see going in.
Just right quick, I yell out, "Is this what you fucking wanted?" And just like,
So you are sucked into this, despite kind of being unidirectionally sucked into this kind of point sphere. You all seem to enter from the same direction in this kind of tight tunnel where you feel pressed on all sides and are pushed through into this huge room where it is just yes, that is. So this is a huge room that's just made out of flesh and it's undulating. And you see a lot of the things that were deposited inside that the creature had sucked in. Among those, Blaze, but Blaze is being beset by these creatures.
This is what you were looking. This is what you were waiting for.
yeah, here's that second encounter.
Here's where the smite happens.
I knew it.
These creatures
It's
are
Slimer.
yeah. They are all just throwing themselves bodily at Blaze and anything else that happens to be alive. And some of them are even just sitting on different objects and rubble. And as they touch them, these things are being melted. And a number of these things see you guys and and launch themselves towards you. So, question: do we want to continue going because it's getting pretty late, or do we want to do this next time?
Answer. I'm glad I saved my smites. And
Okay to continue.
well, I don't know. I mean, how many of these things are there?
There's a bunch.
Yeah, let's wait till next time. In my opinion.
Yeah, I'm kind of on that boat.
Okay.
We'll pick up, and I'll have 3 pristine first level spell slots ready to smite.
And 4 new action points.
That's right. Somehow I'll sneak a fifth in there somehow.
Is the
Ivor.
creature just a black hole now?
No, after that initial burst, it kind of vanished. But describe how you managed to avoid getting sucked in.
I don't necessarily know what's along the street, but I would say, assuming that I know there must be some kind of tunnels underneath it. So as like a manhole cover gets sucked out of the ground and goes flipping into it, hopefully not hitting one of you on the head or killing Blaze, I managed to sort of catch the lip and half crawl in with like my head down facing the sewer, using that as leverage to keep myself from flying in.
Dude, Blaze is a liability. He can die. It's fine.
Don't let Blaze hear that.
Essentially, he had longer to hang on.
I was
Actually, Elmorn, give me either an insight check, arcana check, or religion check.
Oh my god! Why, are you gonna give me some bad news?
Maybe.
Can't you just unsummon? Can't you just dispel Blaze or something? Like at any time?
Yeah. What was it? Arcana, insight, or what? Religion?
Religion.
Your insight check tells
None
you
of
the
them are
Blaze-
great, so 5.
Okay.
Doesn't matter what. It's 5.
Yeah. Everything is fine.
So did I get the impression that it was the magic missiles that caused this thing to suck everything in?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's whatever the killing blow was. It just happened to be my magic missiles.
It wasn't the pin cushion that you left in the creature's back. Although, okay, so I will say the creature healed 40 points of damage from sucking in that spell from Tacitus.
Fucking hell, man.
You guys dealt a total, so minus that 40, 405 points of damage to the creature. And out of that, I think probably 300 alone was Ivor.
These deeps.
I have a lot better damage whenever I can actually actively use my spells.
Yeah. Pretty much. It's like
Wizard can't use spells.
You could use spells. Its ability to eat spells was a reaction. So if it ate one or attempted to eat one, it couldn't eat more. You guys could have overwhelmed it with just pure spell casting.
Well, yeah. I was kind of hoping, Ivar, you would say that the way you avoided it was like those movies, those really unrealistic movies where people are getting sucked out of like an airlock or tornado, and they're just holding on to like one pipe to the ground. They're just like, their feet are dangling.
it's like the Twister.
Yeah.
There's a cow flying by.
I specifically thought in that moment that it wouldn't make sense for me to like say I grab onto the building since the buildings were being sucked in. I hope I don't kill this thing next time and then you guys are just trapped.
Well, so just so that you know before next time, Ivar, Zorchiklik appears before you, and he holds out his hand and his tentacles flare up, and as he does, he creates a sort of he kind of reveals what is beneath reality, and so the portal still exists. It's not visible to the naked eye, and it's not actively bringing in matter or anything like that. The suction has ended, but it's still there. And so he's revealing that to you. Kind of
We should,
decide
like,
how you want to.
caution tape around that portal so that nobody accidentally wanders in.
You guys ever see the Marvel vs. DC comics?
I haven't. I know of them, but I haven't seen them.
There's a part in there where there's like this interdimensional portal that opens, and there's this old homeless guy that just wraps it up in duct tape, and he's like, "Duct tape's good for anything, fixes everything," and it works. All right, so what did everybody think about that battle?
It was definitely fraught.
Yeah, it was tough not being able to use or having the impression of not being able to use spells all that much.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I thought that-
I very rarely end a session with no action points left.
Yeah. I used 5.
Oh yeah, because you had the bonus one that you still had to use.
Yeah. No, I don't have it anymore.
Yeah. And it was fun that somehow the trip him plan worked. Although as I recall, it wasn't really the rope that tripped him.
It was our strength.
Right. It was like a critical hit or critical failure caused him to fall. And then you tied him with the rope.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, got some Hoth going on there.
Yeah.
It's like I just got it. Just gonna trip him.
Yeah, you guys did really well with the tactics. So I definitely wanted to make sure that got rewarded. You guys also got really lucky because, I mean, as Tacitus saw, I mean, this guy was a heavy hitter, and also all those Constitution saves that you guys were making were to avoid taking on levels of exhaustion. So the 2 levels of exhaustion and things would have turned very quickly.
Yeah, and I would have failed my strength save if it wasn't for the bardic inspiration. So I imagine I was thinking of Marthal.
Yeah, that came in handy for everybody.
Yeah. Any criticisms or anything that you didn't like about the battle?
None that come to mind.
All right.
Yeah,
I couldn't cast spells.
Yeah, your monster was too hard.
I didn't like that you were trying to force me to use my smites because I know you're trying to trick me.
Yeah. No, I just thought it was interesting that you hadn't been using your spites because paladins, that's their main shtick. So I didn't know if that was just because you were purposely thinking that I had something else up my sleeve.
Oh well, now you know.
Or...
I mean, it still doesn't make sense not to use them. But
how does it not make sense?
We could have taken care of that creature way earlier.
I don't care. I use my spell slots for more than just smites. I've demonstrated this in the past.
Yes, you have.
Compelled duels is another thing that I do.
Yep.
Never did it. I haven't seen you do it.
Oh, I've done it.
Oh yeah, this was before Tony's time.
I also sometimes divine favor.
I took 64 damage
Misty step.
very quickly.
I was gonna heal you, and then you like zoomed like 90 feet away, and then you went out of range for me to help you.
cursing and everything. Like, motherfucker, son of a bitch.
Because like you were in like the maw of the beast, and you were still within like 30 feet of me, and I was going to do cure wounds like from a distance and just heal you. But then you went really far away. I was like, oh well. maybe I'll heal him after. Maybe I'll heal him later.
To be fair, he was dispirited and probably afraid he was about to be swallowed.
Yeah, you know, and if somebody said, "Hang right there," as you're like in the mouth of this beast, like you probably wouldn't listen anyway.
Hang right there, I'll cure a D8.
Before you go into its gullet.
When the fight did 46 the first time.
Yeah.
All right, so at some point tomorrow, I'll put this up in the villains morgue, so that you guys can get a look at what I was throwing at you and see exactly what could have happened that didn't. I feel like all these boss fights, I roll so terribly and don't actually get to use half of the abilities that I have put together. So carefully crafting specifically to fuck with you guys, and I don't even get a chance because the dice hate me.
Good.
The dice gods have found their favor.
They smile upon us.
Well, you guys have action points. I don't.
That is true.
I'm pretty sure we used all of them.
I am sort of waiting. Do you not use like legendary saves?
I haven't yet.
Because I was thinking like wait until this thing just starts. I just decide to save.
I don't think I've had a creature that used legendary actions yet. Maybe the Warforged Titan had a couple. Maybe. But yeah.
Yeah, you don't remember the Warforged Titans legendary actions, dude? Even I remember it. Why would I remember your Warforged Titans legendary actions? You don't even remember your Warforged Titans legendary actions. Gosh, you guys are ridiculous. How do you not remember the legendary Warforged action Titans action? Remember when he shot a laser? That was a legendary action. Thankfully, Elmorn was there to stop it, but you know.
To be fair, I remembered your halberd could sort of extend out through space from a session when you weren't here.
Thank you.
And well, I mean, you got the gem, I'm sure, before I got here. But one of the sessions where you weren't here, Mike took pity on us when we were getting our asses kicked in the field.
That's what I was saying. I thought I'm like, why does everyone remember it so well? Because it must have just been used.
I sort of alluded to it because Mike used it in combination with the Sentinel feat, and he's like, I hate the Sentinel feat, and I ordinarily wouldn't allow this, but
yeah, okay. I mean, I still should have never forgot it to begin with. It's my character, but
but yeah, that would be kind of funny if everybody remembered something about your character that you did not remember. Like, so yeah, it'd be like just like a bad dream. It's like, what am I missing, and what else am I missing off my character?
You don't remember that Elmorn has hostages for like 6 sessions. All right, I'm gonna go to bed.
All right, guys, have a good night.
That was fun.
Guys.
Night, guys.
Bye.
Night.